Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have this Nexus 5X with me, and in this video we'll be looking at the camera performance. The rear facing camera is a 12.3 megapixel shooter and it has laser autofocus system. And the pixels on the sensor are 1.55 micron. That means it lets in a lot of light. So Google says that this Nexus 5X should perform well in low lighting. And the front facing camera is a 5 megapixel shooter. So I've taken a lot of sample shots with this device, both with the front facing camera and the rear facing camera. I'll show you all that later on. And in low lighting photography, I've also compared some shots with this Moto X Style and the iPhone 6s to see which one does good in low lighting and artificial lighting conditions. And the camera is basic bare bones that we generally find on Nexus devices. That's the same. And we just swipe around to move between the modes. This is the camera mode. This is the video mode. And this is the camera mode. If you click over here, you get to the other settings. For example, these are the three modes that we get. That's the photosphere, panorama, lens blur, and the regular mode. By default, it is in the regular mode, and we have the tap to focus. You can just hit tap and take a snap. Without even that, you can take it. And it does very fast in this default mode. But there is also one more mode that is known as auto HDR mode. And for the most part, I would say it works well in the auto HDR mode. But if you try to take the snaps quickly, sometimes I've noticed that the processing time, as you can see, it's processing it, can take a lot of time. And in morning, I was actually taking a lot of shots in this HDR mode, and hence the camera crashed on me twice. So if you're using the auto HDR mode, don't take shots continuously. It sometimes just crashes. But for the most part, it works well. And again, you can toggle the flash to auto, on or off. So these are the basic settings. And if you go to the settings, in terms of resolution, if you take it in full resolution, it will be 4:3. And if you want to go to widescreen, it goes all the way down to 8.3 megapixel. And regarding video, it can record video up to 4K from the rear facing camera. I've recorded a video in 4K. I'll show you that a bit later. So a very basic interface, I would say. So if you're a sort of a power user, you might miss some of the manual features. So the camera software is very basic, but now let's actually look at the snaps that we have taken with this Nexus 5X. These pictures were shot with the rear-facing camera of the Nexus 5X at the highest resolution. And as expected in outdoor conditions, when there is ample light, the pictures come out to be nice. And even in terms of color accuracy, the color accuracy was very good. Also, as it has a 12 megapixel sensor, you can easily crop in the pictures also, and then also you do not lose a lot of detail. Recording this video with the Nexus 5X at the highest setting possible, that is 4K video recording. And the audio that you're hearing is also being recorded by the internal microphone of this Nexus 5X. And the thing with this Nexus 5X is that it does not have any optical image stabilization. So you have to be careful when actually shooting video handheld like I'm doing. And I'll just also walk back to give you an idea how will be the video recording if you walk while shooting the video. So this should give you an idea about the video recording with the Nexus 5X in outdoor conditions. Recording this part of the video with the front facing camera of this Nexus 5X, and the maximum resolution supported with the front facing camera is 1080p. So this should give you an idea about the video recording with the front facing camera of the Nexus 5X in outdoor conditions. I'll also shoot a video in indoor lighting conditions to give you an idea later on. These were shot in semi-indoor conditions, and here also I felt that the Nexus 5X did a very good job in the semi-indoor conditions. Another thing I noticed is that the flash does not fire automatically, but in certain situations when you manually enable the flash, the pictures come out to be much better. Now these pictures were shot in completely artificial lighting conditions, and here also I felt the Nexus 5X did actually a lot better compared to many other smartphones. And as you can see, even in artificial lighting, the pictures came out to be really good. And this picture was taken without the flash, and here I manually enabled the flash. Recording this part of the video with the front facing camera of the Nexus 5X, and this is in completely artificial lighting in my office. I have just one tube light switched on. Let me just move around to give you an idea how it handles abrupt exposure. And now let me switch on one more light. It's just one bar. So this should give you an idea how will be the video recording in artificial lighting with the front facing camera of the Nexus 5X. Now moving to the pictures taken in artificial lighting in my office, let's compare it with the iPhone 6s and the Moto X Style. So here are some of the sample shots and the comparison shots with the iPhone 6s and the Moto X Style, and do let me know in the comment section which one do you feel has done a better job. In this picture, I felt the iPhone 6s did a lot better compared to the Moto X and even the Moto X Style. In this picture, I felt the Nexus 5X and the iPhone 6s did a lot better than X Style. And this picture was actually taken in very low lighting conditions, so we got some very interesting results. Now this was also taken in very low lighting conditions, and here I definitely feel the Nexus 5X 1.55 micron pixel really helps to get better shots in very low lighting conditions. So as you have seen from the sample shots, the camera performance has been hugely improved compared to the earlier Nexus devices, and I have to say the rear facing camera is actually really good even in artificial lighting conditions. Yes, it does not have optical image stabilization, hence in the video department, if you're not careful, the video might come out to be actually very shaky, so you have to be aware of that. But again, in terms of indoor photography, where most of the camera phones struggle, in fact this Nexus 5X actually did a lot better than most of the camera smartphones. So if you mostly take pictures in indoor conditions, you will be satisfied with the pictures taken with the Nexus 5X. Also, when moving to the front facing camera, it's that 5 megapixel front facing camera, and this 5 megapixel front facing camera also does a very good job. In outdoor conditions, the pictures are really sharp, but again in artificial lighting, there is a little bit of noise and softness in the picture, but still I would say it's a good front facing camera. So overall, I would say in terms of camera performance, certainly this Nexus 5X did perform very well. I'll also be posting the full in-depth review for the Nexus 5X, and if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.